I have an appointment next Monday morning to go to the dermatologist's office for my eczema and also to get my lip lines filled. They had a special and I decided to do it. It wasn't really a big decision because I had done it once before a few years ago. I had really deep lines then, and after I had it done, they never came back, anywhere near as bad. So I thought that if I did it one more time, it may take care of the whole problem. I've never had any other kind of filler, but it made me think, what would you consider doing, if anything? Or are you aging gracefully, as they say? And is aging gracefully considered giving up? Hi, I'm Michele. Welcome to My Life Over 60. I think as women over 60, we find ourselves at a crossroads when it comes to aging. The question is always out there, should I consider cosmetic surgery? And maybe even more pressing is aging gracefully the same as giving up? I think for many women, these are not easy questions and they are personal ones for sure. But how can we not think about it, if not seriously consider it, after decades of relentless messages from the media, from beauty culture, from men, and even from other women telling us who we should be and how we should look? I read this comment on a Reddit post. We've been told we're not thin enough, but don't be too thin. Our breasts are too small, but don't get big ones. That's vulgar. We've been pressured to wear makeup, but not too much because that's trashy. We've been told to look young at all costs, but then we get mocked when we do. The double standards are exhausting, and the pressure is something we as women have had to deal with our entire lives. And at 65, I'm done. Or more accurately, I should say, I've stopped listening. I am going to decide what is right for me. For the most part, aging gracefully is the way to go for me. Yes, I am getting my lip lines filled and I had my eyebrows tattooed, so there are things that I will do. But I have not been dyeing my hair as of late. I don't have a lot of gray, and what I have, I've just decided to live with, at least for now. I've left behind the need to fight every single wrinkle and every sign of age and every bit of softness in my body. I wear makeup when I want, and I dress in a way that makes me feel good and comfortable and pretty. I still wish I could lose 10 or 15 pounds. I'm a work in progress, but I've started doing beauty on my terms, and I will decide on an ongoing basis what is right for me. Some women get Botox or fillers or have a lift or some other procedure. I used to work at a company that did mini lifts, and we were swamped. I was younger, maybe 45 or so, and I had no problem with my skin at that time. I was really lucky. And I didn't fully understand what these women were experiencing. Of course, not like I do now. For the most part, I don't think these women were having lifts out of insecurity. They were doing it because it made them feel more like themselves. They knew who they were, so I don't think that was it. But they also wanted to feel more confident. They weren't trying to look 30. They just wanted to look like themselves, the best version of themselves at this new age they were experiencing. And that's valid. I think for most women, aging isn't just about lines on the face. It's more about identity. It changes your identity from being a woman to being an older woman, and it comes upon you suddenly. It seems like overnight for me. I was actually very young looking until age 60 when something happened overnight. It really was overnight. And that can be quite visually disorienting when we start to experience the effect that time has on our face. We stop looking like the person who has stared back at us in the mirror for decades. Sometimes the decision to enhance or tweak a little bit isn't about chasing youth, but just about recognizing ourselves again. Some women would never even think about cosmetic surgery because they feel it's vain or something that's meant for those in the entertainment industry or people with money or people that need to look good. And many would never consider it just because of the physical risk, the possibility of something going wrong. And there are other health considerations as well. Cognitive risks from anesthesia, the recovery, and just the awareness that surgery later in life does carry more weight. And then there is the money. It is expensive, and many women would not be able to afford it. And even if they could, they'd rather save that medical budget, shall we say, for surgeries that might become necessary later. I get that. For so many of us, especially those who came of age in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, our appearance was never just about personal expression. It was about survival and success and acceptance. In the business world, we had to look polished and professional and feminine, but not too feminine. In relationships, we had to be attractive and desirable. We dressed up, we colored our hair, and we wore makeup, not just because we liked it, but because it was expected. Pleasing others was part of the package. It's so ingrained in me that even now I sometimes think maybe I still do need to do more with myself because I want to keep the possibility of finding a partner on the table. Finding a partner for me is definitely not a necessity at this point, but I don't want to take it entirely off the table either. Which makes me think sometimes that I may need to up-level my game, do more. But then I quickly come to my senses and realize that my future partner, should there be one, will adore me and will love me exactly as I am, or he simply won't be my partner. And I don't even think that it is surprising that even now I resort to feeling like I do need to do more with myself in order to find a man. Because basically, we've been brainwashed as women by the beauty industry. We have to remember how deeply the beauty industry has shaped the way we see ourselves. For decades, cosmetic companies have poured billions of dollars into advertising designed to make women feel like we're never quite enough. Unless we buy their solution, of course. There was always a cream to fix our flaws, a product to hide our age, a serum to turn back time. Wrinkles were a problem, gray hair was a crisis. Natural aging became something to be feared, not embraced. And the message was loud and clear. If we just bought this product or that product, we'd be beautiful. But the truth is, those companies weren't selling beauty. They were selling insecurity. And many of us bought into it because we wanted to feel accepted and admired and seen. Thankfully, many women today are waking up to those old messages and realizing that our worth doesn't come in a bottle. And it never did. And there is a quiet but growing rebellion happening. More women are choosing to go natural. Gray hair is trending. Makeup sales are declining. Pamela Anderson made headlines for embracing a no makeup face. And many women are opting out of the beauty race entirely and showing up as they are, strong and soft and absolutely stunning in their own right. Because now in this season of life, I think we have a chance to finally exhale, to relax into who we are. There's a quiet kind of joy in knowing that we don't have to impress anyone anymore. Not to keep a job, not to meet society's impossible standards, and not to meet a man. We get to define beauty on our terms. And the freedom of that is one of the sweetest gifts of getting older. To me, it's the reward for everything we've done and lived through and endured. It is our time in life to be truly authentically who we are without having to please anyone else. And no, I don't think choosing to age naturally is giving up. It's choosing a different kind of freedom. That said, choosing to age naturally doesn't mean giving up on ourselves. In fact, I believe in doing everything I can to feel my best, physically and emotionally and spiritually. There's so much we can do to stay youthful and radiant and healthy in natural and nourishing ways. We can move our bodies regularly, whether that's walking or dancing, which also lifts your mood, or lifting weights or stretching or jumping on the rebounder. We can nourish our body with whole real foods and stay hydrated. We can prioritize good sleep and manage stress and surround ourselves with people who uplift us. We can protect and take care of our skin and use wonderful and luxurious serums and potions and products. We can invest in a great haircut. We can wear clothes that make us feel vibrant and great. And we can spend time doing things that light us up from the inside. Laughter, purpose, joy, connection, these are just as powerful as any cream or injection. Aging well isn't about turning back the clock. It's about turning up the volume on who we really are. And there's no one right way to do this. Some find empowerment in embracing every wrinkle. Some find empowerment in a syringe of Botox, or like me, a syringe of hyaluronic acid for my lip lines. And some need a facelift to feel their best. Some wear makeup, some don't. And some, like me, wear it sometimes. And it's all okay. The goal, I think, is not to judge each other, but to proudly own our own personal choices. Real acceptance means making the choices that feel right for you, not the ones that society or trends or even your own family or friends say you should make. So here's what I believe now. We do what we need to do to feel good in our skin. We stop apologizing. We stop judging each other. We recognize that being visible after 60 doesn't have to mean looking younger. It can mean being authentic, being ourselves, and being unapologetically here. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or 90, wear the lipstick or don't. Do the Botox or don't. Rock your gray or dye it fire engine red or blue or a rainbow of color. The point is we've earned the right to show up. We get to choose. And if you ever catch yourself wondering, am I wrong to have cosmetic surgery, or am I giving up by aging naturally? Remember, there is nothing more powerful or more beautiful than a woman who chooses to be herself. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I so look forward to hearing from you and hearing what you think. I'll talk to you soon.